Soldier of Fortune is a first-person shooter series that has always been more recognized for its violence and gore rather than solid gameplay. And disappointingly, it seems that the latest game in the series, Soldier of Fortune Payback, continues this trend in that it seems to have put much of its focus on making a violent shooter instead of putting the effort to making the best shooter. As the title suggests, the story is driven by a quest for revenge. You are a mercenary working for an organization. You are sent into a war zone, looking for information and to help the local troops. But soon you are betrayed by your partner and left for dead. Now you are on a mission of revenge against a stealthy and dangerous organization that knows no boundaries.
What the fuck are you doing? You were supposed to protect him. No, you were.
The way you seek your revenge, though, is by completing repetitive missions and unleashing some major violence on the enemy soldiers. The game is a pretty standard first-person shooter. In fact, the main problem with this game is the fact that it is a little too standard. You move through the standard levels and kill the standard enemies with your standard weapons. It's not that there is anything really wrong with the levels, it's just it doesn't do anything really that special. One thing that could be desired would be better enemy AI. Some enemies will actually take cover and shield themselves, but most will just stand out in the complete open and fire at you until you finally take them out. One thing that the game does have is violence. Now, I normally don't see violence in games as something to bring up, cause even Mario can be seen as a serial Koopa killer, but Soldier of Fortune takes things to the next level, and to many people, a little too far. I'm not really one to get that squeamish, but when you shoot your enemies and see the loads of blood and then see the dismemberment physics in play, you can't help but cringe a little. I know that they were going for quote-unquote realism, but it comes across as gimmicky, as everything else in the game is underwhelming, but the violence makes Mortal Kombat look subtle. Soldier of Fortune Payback is not a bad game, but it is not a really good game either. Its gameplay is a very standard first-person shooter, but with a heavy emphasis on blood and gore. It's a little disappointing because if the same effort went into the gameplay as did the gore, it would have been a fairly good shooter, instead of just settling for mediocrity.
Bingo. But if you take out some of the guards, I bet that will loosen a few tongues.
Sounds like a plan.